Okay, the recording is started. This is the March 26th, 2019 Rook Community Meeting. And we are very close to where we want to release 1.0 for general availability. There is, we don't have a release candidate or anything. There's a number of issues still in progress, but we're not planning on any more 0.9 patches or backports. Everything's going to be focused on 1.0 now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the milestone. So Travis, Alexander, Blaine, and I met and went through the 1.0 milestone to remove issues from it that were out of scope. And so the remaining issues, I believe, I did have to leave early from that meeting to get to another commitment, but I believe that those were all planned issues for 1.0. It looks like there's still a significant amount, though, more than I expected. Blaine and Alexander, can you guys speak to all these Ceph issues here and like what the status of those is, and if they're all critical on the 1.0 path, or if any of these still need to be triaged, or what's catch me up and the community up as well, please? And both of you guys are on mute. Oh, there's Blaine.
The one that I'm working on now is the Mon port not being configured on upgrade. I had some environment issues last week that were kept me from getting to this for a few days. So I'm finally poking into this and trying to figure out what the best way to do the upgrade is. But this is definitely necessary to get 1.0 out. I'd have to look at the other issues to prioritize a little bit to see if any could possibly be dropped.
Is that 2854, Blaine?
Yeah, it is.
Got it. I'll put that in progress now. I'm wondering, so it looks like there's still issues opened a few days ago that are getting put into 1.0. So I don't know if I do apologize for not being online at all for the past week or so while I was out, but I do want to maybe have a discussion here about what the bar is for 1.0 and if we are still accepting issues in here that should be out of scope, maybe, instead of, it doesn't look like we're converging to a release with everything being taken care of. It looks like there's a significant amount of issues here that I'm just looking at from a high level that I'm a little bit concerned about in terms of converging towards a release. Sometime I think early April is when we, the first week of April was when we had been discussing. Like placement group management, I would have thought that would have been triaged out of 1.0. I'm looking at the right thing, right? I mean, Blaine and Alexander, do you all remember discussing things of this magnitude? This does not seem like something that is going to be done in 1.0.
This might have been left in because Alex is working on it. Sorry, I talked over you.
Yeah, so the reason why it's still in, as I looked at it, I think already in the meeting, it was basically just enabling a module in the Ceph manager, which, well, at least partially resolves the issue, and I wanted to add it in.
I see.
That as it's from one side, it's just this thing, just this module enabling. On the other side, there's more than that to do in this issue, but at least it's a part of that already. That's why I wanted to edit it there.
Gotcha. And yeah, and if there is more a bigger scope of that, Alexander, to follow up on, we could consider opening up another issue, for post 1.0 that has, more involved functionality. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So is it,
could you add that?
What's that? Go ahead, Alex.
Could you add that as an action item on the
meeting notes?
Yeah.
For that item specifically? For
yes, I think we will have others maybe too. But if you just go ahead and edit there. Stop. No, yeah.
Yeah, is
if
that
you edit there,
is there a requested action item about taking a pass through all of the CEF issues, or is it about placement group management specifically?
right now, especially about the placement group issue.
Okay.
But if we see other issues, yeah, I think we can take a step at them.
Got it. Okay, cool. Is anyone from EdgeFS on the call today? See, I'm looking at the attendees. I don't think Dimitri or any of his team are online today. We had followed up with Dimitri last, was it last week or the week right before the week before that, and he confirmed that the EdgeFS items are on track for 1.0. So I don't at this minute have concern about those until I hear otherwise from Dimitri. Cassandra items, we have followed up with Giannis about the Cassandra items. And there's a couple of these that he believes will be able to make it in, but there are likely going to be a couple of these issues that get bumped from the 1.0 milestone. And I think there are a fair amount of open pull requests that are addressing a lot of these issues as well. So that's, I think there's a fair amount of work in progress addressing a lot of these issues as well. I don't know if this board is fully up to date, though, with a visualization of all of the statuses of these issues. So we might need to pass through that as well to find any issues that have open pull requests to add them to the in review column to give us a better visualization of the workflow here. But either way, so I think the overall summary here is that there is some concern that we're not converging on 1.0 and that we need to start thinking about a higher bar for accepting items into 1.0 and also start considering items that further consider items that we may want to move to a later milestone. Are there any other, let me pose this question to the group. Are there particular issues here that you think are high risk, or you're blocked on, or you may need some help or some support from anyone else in the community?
Yeah, just want to echo one more thing, which is we also have a bunch of things that leading up to the release, like polish and clean up a website and documentation and all sorts of stuff that probably takes more time than we think.
Yeah.
So wrapping up the coding and getting us to a solid 1.0 release seems prudent at this point.
Yes, I would agree with that, Bassam. That's so as an item, is there any update or any more discussion on like the Rook website and any feedback on its design or updates on integrating that design into the new website, into Rook.io?
So we took it as an offline action item to go review that with a bunch of stakeholders, but we've not done that yet.
Okay.
There's a bigger discussion around presence at KubeCon and booths and marketing and all sorts of stuff around the 1.0 release that it ties into. So we'll follow up offline and probably update the community in the next meeting with details.
Got it. Thank you, Bassam, for the update. Okay. All right. There were not any additions of community topics to the agenda that I saw, but I will open the floor for anybody who wants to bring up a topic or a pull request for that matter, if you want to have any discussion about them right now with everyone on the call.
So regarding 2758 pull request, I think we can move it to 1.0 milestone.
2758, did you say, Ashish?
Yeah.
This one here, the NFS, dynamic provisioning.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I missed what you said. What would you like to follow up on for that pull request?
I was thinking, can we move it to 1.0 milestone?
Oh, to include it in 1.0.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, if you could catch me up real quick on the latest status of it. How is it looking in terms of the feedback and the implementation?
Okay, so I have implemented the dynamic provisioning and have made the change requested by Rohan. I have fixed the integration test as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So the integration tests that you added were passing already, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, I think that's great that the attention that you provided to this issue, which I thought was a cool feature that we wanted to add for NFS, and the fact that we have the open pull request that has some feedback that you've incorporated already, and integration tests that you added are already passing. I have no problem adding this to 1.0 milestone at all. That's perfectly fine with me.
Thanks.
Yeah, great work too, by the way. That's I was looking forward to that feature, and I'm really happy to see that come together. Good job, Ashish.
Yeah, thanks.
And then what's your GitHub handle again? Do we have you already in the? Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, Ashish 170.
Yeah, so I can add it to you as an assignee as well. 1.0.
Yeah, really cool work, Ashish.
Thanks.
And then we'll put that in review. Cool. And does Rohan need to take another pass to this pull request to check out the feedback that you had incorporated, or do you want me to take a pass to this pull request as well? I'd be happy to do that too.
Yeah, sure. So there were multiple solutions of this. I implemented one which I found feasible. I would like to discuss more on channel if you guys want.
Right. Gotcha.
Also, will you be able to give us a demo, or just me later on?
Yeah, sure. I can give you, but if you want now, my setup is not ready, I guess.
Yeah, that's which is perfectly fine. That's yeah, we can maybe set up something to
Okay, my
Rohan to do a demo.
intention to be not working well.
Yeah, I can definitely. I will share a Zoom link in the channel if later for the demo, I guess.
Yeah, like share that later on in the Slack or whatever.
Yeah. Sure.
Yep, that sounds great. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's in the milestone. It's and I took a note to take a pass to that pull request as well. So I'll look at that with the other things I'm catching up on, and any other community topics or pull requests that anybody wants to bring up. Alrighty. Yeah, so then we will go ahead and wrap up this meeting for this week. The big takeaway here is that we want to keep going towards 1.0. We want to be very specific and deliberate about what issues we're including, and we want to converge on the 1.0 release and wrap that up with it high quality as well. And we'll follow up on the Rook.io website and messaging and documentation and all that sort of stuff to arrive at a 1.0 release that is high quality and is something that we're all very proud of. So we're going to keep working on that, and we'll also sync up with Travis when he's back in town to kind of help on that effort as well. Alrighty, so thank you everybody for joining today. I'll go ahead and stop the recording now, and everybody have a great day.
Have a good day.